Let me tell you, bro, she pulled up the blicky. I told her, hey, that's not a titty. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Gamescapes. Today, and only today, we are here on a fine Sunday to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. I know, it's shocking. Oh, I can't believe he's talking about Sonic, right? But yeah, I'm here, and I want to actually talk today about the importance of Sonic the Hedgehog now being a multimedia juggernaut. Now, obviously, Sonic has always been a multimedia franchise. You know, we've always had animations and you know, comics and stuff like that. But it feels like today, now 2022, having it all in 1 year is really proving how important it is and what it's going to do for the franchise. So let's guys get right into what I want to talk about here. So first of all, right, I went to the highest grossing video game, it's called franchises of all time. We got Sonic the Hedgehog here, you know, somewhat, you know, not necessarily at the top, but in the 10 to 20 billion range, right under Ben 10, which is interesting. I guess Ben 10 is selling a lot of fucking, what's it called? Yeah, it's all merch and retail stuff, which is wild. Whereas with Sonic, yeah, you've got $6 billion for video games, $1 billion made in what's called licensed merch. Box office $720 million, and Blu-ray and DVD sales $50 million. Again, right here, right, the box office is to remind you just how massively important these movies are, because look at this, right? In just 2 movies, right, it is already almost past how much merch has been made through the Sonic series, right? And it's almost at 1/6 of what the video games have done through a 30-year run. All right, so if that alone doesn't remind you right away how important it is that this series is having a movie franchise, is like nothing will. Because genuinely, like, I want you to think about this, right? This movie season, obviously I don't want to show this all, you know, because, you know, what's called, they copyright and all that stuff. But the thing is, right, with this movie, and, you know, keep in mind this, right, we're getting Sonic Prime, which is another show. We're also getting the Knuckles show next year. Like, we are about to see what's called this series just enter a full-on what's called movie / TV era, and I think that's really important. I mean, you look at franchises nowadays, look at Cyberpunk, right? Recently, Edge Runners, the Cyberpunk anime, you've all heard about it. It has destroyed the numbers for the game. The game is breaking concurrent player records after that anime. You know, it really shows you again that synergy is very important, man. And I have no doubt that Sonic what's called Frontiers is gonna do way better this year, just because of how successful Sonic Movie 2 was and how people are back into the franchise and interested. Obviously, you're seeing people talk about the game all over social media, but it cannot be understated how important it is that Sonic has these movies and stuff. Alongside that, right, think about this, right? Sonic IDW. Now, obviously, I don't know how much I could show of IDW, because I don't know how DMCA copyright works with the comic books. I know with manga, it's very strict. I don't know how it is with comics, but you have this full comic book line, right? And people love these. If you have not read Sonic IDW, if you're a Sonic fan, I definitely recommend that. You can find them in stores, you can find them online, you can find them through other means. You know what it is. But what's it called? Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can find Sonic IW if you're really itching for it. But they're fairly cheap if you just want to get them. But yeah, no, I definitely recommend this. These are such a well-established, cool way to introduce new characters into the Sonic fray. They're very well done stories, and also this way, you'll get to understand a bit of Ian Flynn. For those of you that don't know, that is the person who is writing what's called Sonic Frontiers story. Well, okay, I need to be very clear when I say when I say Ian Flynn is writing. He is adapting and you know, doing some story stuff for what Sonic team had given him. It's a bit of a complicated situation, but you get what I mean. Ian Flynn is definitely in charge of a lot of stuff with the story of the game and with all of IDW. Now, that's an important pillar, right? Those, and think about these, right? You got comics, you got shows, you got movies, right? What are things, right, that have all of those and are the mega franchise of the world? You got Pokemon, right? You got, what's it called? Star Wars. You have Marvel, right? And there's really not many others. I mean, you got anime. I guess anime has all that stuff. But it's like, it takes a big franchise to have that complete cycle of like, hey, here's the theme parks, here's the comics, here's the animation, here's the movies, and of course, here are the games. And obviously, we're here at the end of the day, right, with Sonic, right? We are here for the games. You know, we're here to talk about the games. You know, that's our bread and butter. But it's important to note, right, that this is a good thing because, first of all, ultimately more money for the Sonic franchise means Sega will dump more money into Sonic Team, and Sonic Team will just be able to expand their teams. Which, remember what the Iizuka recently said, right? He said he did not want to make a game to the scale of Adventure 3 without having the proper budget and the biggest team in the world. And I'm telling you guys, like, if like they're doing shit like Frontiers right now with the team they have, imagine what's gonna happen when this game thrives and Sega's like, listen, Sonic right now is killing it. Give this dude money, give him money, pump money into it, and that way the team can grow and they can make more stuff, and it'll be awesome there. And of course, Sonic Frontiers is looking like the most promising game in the series. If you guys have not seen, right, people in London, EGX, have been playing the game. So if you want to go see a bunch of preview videos, they're out there. People love this game. They are all loving this game. If anything, the weakest part people are saying is the cyberspace levels. But they're saying like it's just because especially the open zone and the combat and the exploration like is really the highlight of the game, you know, and I can't wait for this game. We're all excited for it. And of course, right, another thing to add to that is remember the fact that Sonic Team now understands, especially after Forces, they've said in multiple interviews, I think I have it right here, yeah, what's it called, from my perspective, it's not so much about old and new fans, it's really about the game genre and the types of games people like. I see a core fans of people who really like 2D side-scrolling format. People really like the 3D action format. Try to put both of these together. Everybody doesn't make it work. Young kids are going to be more into 2D side-scrolling format, and they're not going to want 3D action. So I see things not really about old and new, but more about different game genres. That's interesting that he associates 2D with younger people, and younger people are playing shit like Fortnite. But yeah, I mean, we now know Sonic Team likes separating the 2D and 3D games. And obviously, you know, we had Origins come out earlier this year. Now, I know people have their issues with Origins. I know it's not perfect. But hear me out. We have yet to see a fully original 2D Sonic game in a while now. And I feel like that's next. You know, I think we've had Sonic Mania, which was the celebration with a tease of the future with the new levels. You know, we've had Sonic Origins, which is like, hey, for the average person playing, this is the most definitive normal way you're gonna play these old games. You know, you're gonna get your widescreen HD, you know, you're gonna get your 60 FPSs, your animated cutscenes, all this stuff. But now it's time to look into the future, and I think honestly a 2D Sonic game might be sooner than later. I feel like maybe honestly maybe the 2D Sonic game is going to be next year. Maybe that'll be the Sonic game that comes out next fall or early, you know, 2024. Because it's got to be coming. You know, it's got to be, something's got to be cooking, whether it's, you know, a new Sonic Rush style, a Sonic 5, a new Mania. Like, there's definitely going to be something in the 2D pipeline coming. But again, I like I said, this is just the importance of having this connected thing, right? You have movie franchise right now killing it. Movie 3 already greenlit, you know, and happening. It's confirmed. That's gonna be a big deal, right? We have that. We have Sonic Prime, which is the Netflix show. I don't want to show it because last time they copyright claimed it for us watching it. But yeah, you have Sonic Prime with the Netflix show. That's gonna be awesome. We have the Knuckles show incoming, right? We have Sonic IDW. We have 3D games coming. We got 2D games coming. And this is the circle that we need, and I think is very important to have, because it also shows you that, you know, sometimes you can, what's it called, when one thing is thriving or the other one is having a bit of struggle, the other one elevates it. You know, having something to consume in some way for Sonic in very different ways is important. I mean, I know there's people that don't play games that just watch what's called the Sonic movie and they loved it, but they're not gonna play the games because that's just not what they do, you know. And I think that is important. You know, having a series that can have different fan bases for different things is an important thing. It's ultimately more healthy for the brand. It's ultimately gonna make the brand bigger, and we're ultimately gonna get bigger and better things. You know, what happens when we start seeing, you know, spin-off movies, you know, and the game series get a bit bigger. Hopefully we get, you know, some more new, like, it's been a while since we've gotten a Sonic game that's like a spin-off, quote unquote. You know, it's funny, actually today is the 14th anniversary of Sonic Chronicles, and to this day it upsets me because the idea of a Sonic RPG is really cool, and we're kind of getting that with Frontiers, the skill tree and all that stuff, but I want to see, you know, more side projects of the series. I just feel like, look man, Sonic being a multimedia franchise is very important, and 2022 is a massive highlight and showcase of that. And I can't wait to see what's coming up next. So guys, let me know what you think about the multimedia reign right now. What is actually your favorite thing currently about Sonic? Is it the comics? Is it the movies? Is it 3D? Is it 2D? Let me know what you think. What you're most excited for. What do you think is going to come out of this? And of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out. I love you.